Something really big is happening in the world of software development. And no surprise, it's all being driven by AI. For decades, one single rule basically governed everything. Well, that rule just broke, and it's changing the entire game. Let's break down what's happening.
For the longest time, the story of software was simple. The biggest thing holding us back was just how fast a human could physically write code. That was it. That one fact shaped, well, everything. But now, with AI that can spit out code in an instant, the whole bottleneck has shifted. It's not about how fast we can build anymore. It's about how much we can actually trust the thing we just built.
So, how did we even get here? Well, for the first time ever, we've completely shattered the old speed limit of human-paced coding. And, in solving that old problem, we've accidentally created a brand new one.
And look, we're not talking about small, incremental improvements here. With these AI coding assistants, you hear teams saying that development feels 10, 20, sometimes even 50 times faster. Features that used to take days of work are now getting done in a few hours. The sheer amount of code being created has just exploded.
And that right there, that's the heart of the problem. Our ability to create code just jumped into a whole new era. But our ability to check it, to verify it, that's still stuck in the past. We've got processes designed for a world where you ship things nice and slow, and they are getting completely steamrolled by this new speed. That gap, that's the new bottleneck. Now, this isn't just some technical challenge for engineers to worry about. This widening gap between how fast we can build and how well we can verify, it's created a real business crisis. So let's look at the real cost of all this speed and what happens when "it'll probably be fine" becomes your team's default setting.
Just picture this. On one side, you have development speed just blasting off into the stratosphere. And on the other side, you have QA capacity, which is still mostly powered by people staying dangerously flat. That massive chasm between those two bars, yeah, that's where risk and bugs and user frustration all live.
And this isn't just about process, it's about culture. When teams are moving this fast, a really dangerous psychological shift starts to happen. That careful, rigorous verification, it gets replaced by gut feel. Shortcuts become the norm, and releases get pushed out the door with this hopeful little prayer of, it'll probably be fine.
But the reality is, probably fine is incredibly expensive. A bug in your pricing flow doesn't just create a support ticket, it can literally stop revenue cold. A little glitch in your onboarding isn't some small annoyance, it can kill user activation for good. These aren't just minor bugs, they're the silent killers of growth.
This quote just nails the new reality perfectly. For any modern software company, reliability isn't a nice-to-have anymore. It's not the final coat of polish you add at the end. It is the core engine that drives user trust, that drives retention, and at the end of the day, drives growth. Okay, so if the problem is that the verification just can't keep up, what's the solution? Well, a whole new class of AI is starting to emerge. And this is one that doesn't just write code, but actually automates the thinking, the mindset of quality assurance itself. And it's really, really important to understand the difference here. Traditional automated testing, that's about checking if the happy path works like you think it should. It validates what you already expected. This new automated QA is totally different. It's designed to go out and challenge what you didn't expect, to actively hunt for the weird, unexpected ways things can break. Think of it this way. This AI is built to automate the human thinking part of QA. It doesn't just run down a checklist. No, it actively probes your assumptions, it pushes the product to its absolute limits, and it searches for those breaking points, all with one goal: to earn real confidence that the software is solid. This one question, it perfectly captures the mindset this AI is trying to copy. A great QA professional isn't just asking, hey, does this work? They're asking this much more powerful, almost adversarial question. They're trying to break things on purpose to make the product stronger. And that's the exact behavior these new agents are designed to automate. So how does an AI even adopt a mindset like that? Well, it really comes down to combining two things that seem like total opposites: empathy and paranoia. Let's break that down. So first up, you have empathy. The AI has to understand how real people behave. What are their goals? What are their workflows? What common mistakes do they make? But then it combines that with paranoia. It assumes that users are going to push the product into all these strange edge cases in weird conditions, whether they mean to or not. Now, for a human, constantly switching between those two roles is mentally exhausting. But an AI agent, it can do it continuously at a massive scale. And you've got to apply this mindset to way more than just the core product. I mean, teams almost always test their main features, right? But they often forget about the landing page, the onboarding flow, or the pricing page. And these are the places that directly control your growth. A bug here can quietly sabotage your entire business. So this big shift towards automated QA, it's not just about better testing. It's about redefining what a competitive advantage even is in an age where just being able to write code isn't special anymore. The new moat, the new defense, is trust. And look, the future isn't about AI replacing humans completely. Not at all. It's about creating these hybrid teams. In this new model, humans get to focus on the high-level stuff: strategy, creative direction, making the final judgment calls. And meanwhile, the AI agents handle the massive, grinding work of execution, validation, and pressure testing. And this future, it's arriving way faster than you think. AI coding tools are already totally mainstream. The prediction is that by the end of 2025, which is just around the corner, these hybrid human AI teams are going to be the standard way any serious software company operates. So here's the bottom line. When anyone can generate code instantly, just producing code is no longer a competitive advantage. It's a commodity. The new moat, the one thing that's going to separate the winners from the losers, is the ability to build and maintain user trust at a massive scale and at incredible speed. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. In a world where creating software becomes almost trivial, the hardest and most valuable problem to solve will be earning and keeping your users' trust. So the real question is, when code is instant,